Hello everybody, how's it going? My name is Kid Lee, and it's time to take an early look at Plan B Terraform. This is a resource management game with some city building elements. And if anybody is familiar with city builders, generally you are placing down the homes and factories and businesses, and you're designing the roads and that sort of stuff. In this game, you do that a little bit, but it's more about the actual resource management of it. And then the towns build themselves. If anybody's ever played or seen Factorio, it's kind of similar to that, but it's different enough to where it's sort of doing its own thing as well, which is one element of this that really intrigues me. For those who don't know, I play a lot of city builders, and I'm always looking for a city builder or management style game that's doing something a little bit different, and that's exactly what this game is. So let's go ahead and jump in and see what this is all about. I'm gonna go ahead and hit play here. We'll go ahead and load up a new planet, and we'll call it the planet of JT, and confirm. So it's actually gonna go and it's gonna auto-generate a brand new world for us, as it's doing so right now. You have been mandated to manage the resources of the newly discovered planet. You must bring us supplies, so forth and so on. And here's our new world. So one of the reasons why they call this Plan B Terraform is you essentially have a planet that's kind of destroyed in many aspects. It's basically a desert world. We got some mountains, we got some snow. And so when this auto-generates, it auto-generates the surface, the resources, and 3 towns. So as we spin the planet around, you see we have a new Washington, we have a planet here, and we have a planet here. And you can start wherever you want. It's completely up to you. In fact, you can actually have multiple locations going at once. The overall goal of this game is to essentially bring the planet back to life. Change it from this sandy orangish brown to a nice green color. So the first thing you want to do is you want to kind of look around and figure out where all the resources are. Now up here where the mini-map is, you do have a couple of different filters that you can sort of turn things on and off. Default view, here's the materials view or minerals view, and there's a water view that you'll get access to a little bit later on. But the minerals view is a good place to start. So you can actually see near Washington here, we have a bunch of resources. So this is probably going to be a good place for us to start. And again, you can see how far you can zoom out and how close you can zoom in. The game is hex-based. And there is a pretty decent tutorial that you can follow if you choose to do so. I already know how to play, so I'm just closing that. A couple other quick things to look at before we get started. All the way over on the right side here, you have all your build options, and as you go along, you'll get more. And then at the center top of the screen, you have your objectives or your quests. So we're currently at level 1. We have things we can unlock. And the current goal is to simply build 10 extractors and place them on the ground. You can also see how long it's taking. You can speed things up, slow it down. You have a seasons. You have stuff for pressure and air and temperature. So once we get going, this will fill out a little bit more. But yeah, let's go ahead and start. We have a resource right here. You can click on it. You can see that it's iron ore. And every spot has so many sort of stacks of that resource, which you can see down in the lower right. So let's go ahead and start extracting some of this iron. So we're going to grab our extractor tool here. We'll zoom in nice and close, and we'll go ahead and we'll just throw down like 3 of them here. Now we need some place for these extractors to put their resources, so we're going to lay down a depot. I like to call it a pad. So we'll lay down a pad here. And it's asking us, what are we putting on this pad? And we're putting iron ore. So these guys will start start stacking iron ore right there. You see the little robot dancing around. He's grabbing the ore and he's putting it on there. Next thing we need to do is we have options for a factory and an assembly plant. First thing we'll do is we'll put down an assembly plant right here. And actually, no, that was a mistake. You don't want to do an assembly plant. You want to do a factory first. And we want to make steel bars. So now the little droid guy is going to put the iron ore that we're stacking from the pad on to the factory. Now we'll go ahead and we'll put down another pad. So basically we're making an assembly line is what we're doing here. And we want steel bars. So again, we're going from iron ore to our steel bars, and we're now stacking steel bars. So let's go ahead and put down an assembly plant now. And when we can make more extractors or depots. So we're just going to start making more extractors. You can actually see here on the right side, we only have 3. And of course, the goal was to put down 10. So we'll just let this do its thing. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put down one more right here and right here. Just so we can sort of maximize how much we're gathering for this pad. Next thing I'm going to start doing, I'm going to go ahead and zoom out one more time and take a look around. Let's get another resource going. And right here we have some sulfur. So let's go ahead and start mining some sulfur. We might not need it just yet, but it's good to start, you know, stacking it. So we'll just put down 3. Oh, I'm out of those guys. And I'll put a pad right there. We're stacking sulfur. Yeah, I'm just waiting for the plant to get done with our first extractor. Then I'll add one more over here. Oh, there, got done. All right, I got to place 2 more down. And you can see the little bot is now going to start stacking sulfur. I can actually go back over to here real fast. And I can check that factory. It's like, do I have, can I use sulfur for anything? I can't. Not yet anyway. I'm actually going to go ahead. Yeah, we're still waiting for another extractor to be built. I was going to say I'm going to put another extractor like right here. Or actually, no, that won't work. These default pads only have a 1 radius like grab range. Later on, you'll get more advanced pads that will actually go out at a range of 2. So if I put one right here, that's not going to help me. The other thing you might notice here is I did not make a pad for extractors. Those just simply get stored inside of the assembly plants. So you don't have to stack those on a pad, which is great. So let me zoom out here real quick. Do I have another resource I can grab? Over here, we have some aluminum. Yeah, let's get some aluminum mining going. Might as well, right? So I think we'll grab the big stacks right here. 1, 2. And there we go. We got to level 2. So we can now make mechanical parts, and then we've got some stuff for the factory and the assembly plant. Next is build 5 factories and place them on the ground. All right, all right, all right. So I'm going to go ahead and pad up here. And we'll go ahead and say you're doing aluminum ore. So we'll just start stacking that here real quick. The way that you can zoom in and out on this game and then quickly get back to where you were works very, very well. You literally can just like hover your mouse over any given location and it'll zoom you right back into that spot. So it's very, very nice. All right, so I got to place several more factories. It was factories, right? Yes. But I only have 2 more that I can place. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to change this over to factory. But the factory needs mechanical parts. So what do we need to make mechanical parts? We need steel bars. So I'm going to go ahead and actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down another pad. Do I want to do it right here? I'm just trying to decide how I want to do this. probably right there. And we're going to do mechanical parts. And then what I'll do is I'll do another assembly plant right here. And you'll be making factories. Okay, so now we're just kind of waiting a little bit here. The other thing I could do to try and speed up this process a little bit would be to go ahead and put down another pad right here and have them do... Well, I was thinking iron ore, but now I'm starting to rethink my process here. Actually, I would need another factory, I think. So let me go ahead and delete this. The other thing that you can do that's really handy is you can actually middle mouse click on a setup, and you can duplicate it very, very easily. So let me actually go ahead and do this. Okay, so you're gonna do parts, all right? So we're gonna grab this guy. We're just gonna duplicate it, put it here. But you are doing mechanical parts. We're gonna grab another pad. Actually, I'm just gonna duplicate that pad, put you there. And then what we can do is grab some more extractors. And then we'll basically have double the setup happening here. So, just to make sure everything's working here. Oh, actually, that's not gonna work the way that I was intending. Because I need steel bars. So actually, what I'm gonna do... So again, this one is doing steel bars for iron ore. Here we have steel bars. And this one needs mechanical parts. This one's doing mechanical parts. So I'm actually going to switch this guy over to steel bars. Okay, so now this factory is running, making mechanical parts. So we'll lay down one more pad. Oh, I'm out of pads. Hey, you. I need you to switch over to pads for a second. Okay. We just need one more pad. They'll make that up real quick. I'm actually going to go ahead and increase the game speed a little bit. But I think you can kind of get an idea of how this game works, just based on this little setup that I've done. Eventually, you're making roads, you're making train tracks, you're shifting pieces and parts from one area to another. You're then connecting the towns. The towns are then growing. It's one of those games. Also, you can probably hear the soundtrack is very, very good. It's a very just chill soundtrack. All right, so we'll pad that down. Mechanical parts. All right, now the mechanical parts are going into here. We're now making factories. We're making pads. So we basically have a double setup happening here. And all of a sudden, we have so much iron ore right here. It's stacking up. We actually need the iron ore more over here than we do here. So what I should do is actually take this and switch it to like sulfur for a second. Because again, this needs steel bars, which is pulling from over here. What I could do, actually, this is maybe a better idea. I'm gonna delete these and like redo this a little bit. So instead, let me do this. We're gonna copy that. Copy that. Copy that. And then we're going to place extractors over here. So now we have iron ore going into steel bars, and the steel bars here. Actually, I need you to stop making pads for a second, and I need you to start making me some more extractors. But yeah, the goal here was factories down, so we got to get 2 more factories down. Which I can actually do now. I'm just going to put them down. Just for fun. And that completes the goal. All right, so now we can do concrete, roads, trucks, and supply center. And then now I can come in here and just delete those because I don't need them. So this setup is trucking along. We'll just let it do its thing. So yeah, now the new thing is concrete and roads. Well, good thing we already had this stacking up over here, because that's exactly what we needed. So let's go ahead and do, I think it's a factory. We'll see how good my memory is. For concrete, the concrete is then going to go to a concrete pad. From there, I need assembly plants now. Well, at least we'll start making concrete, so we'll let that little area do what it's doing. So then what I'll, in like the long term, what I'll do is I'll build a road across like here and then up to Washington. So I'll kind of make like a triangle of roads connecting this little section here. All right, guys, I need some assembly plants. So I'm gonna have to switch you over. We have 2 factories stored up right now, and I have no assembly plants. We have 2 pads. And no roads and no trucks. Oh, what did I need for this supply center? Just concrete? Actually, what I'll do is take the extractor and get extractors over here. Because right now, you can see this is working, but it's not super efficient. We're actually not extracting fast enough because I want to see these pads full of resources. And right now, they're empty. So the little robots are jumping around, and they're literally just grabbing the resources as fast as I'm making them. So I gotta speed up the sort of like production side of the making of resources, which means I need more extractors. You can also see the bots are like sitting idle. Sometimes, like that bot is idle right now. So yeah, these extractors just need to extract faster, so to speak. But it's working. They're doing their thing. We just gotta let them go. So you can see we're stacking up over here. So give me an assembly plant. And we need roads. So we'll see how quickly this can get done. And then we'll have to make some... Actually, I can have the other place do trucks. Because we need mechanical parts, not concrete. So I still need 1 more assembly plant. So can I switch you over to trucks? Because you're storing steel bar, mechanical. So actually, I'd have to switch this other one over to... So actually, I'll have you go back to assembly plant. And then I'll have you do trucks. Because, yeah, my mechanical parts are being stored here. It's also nice that everything's color-coded. So you can kind of see, like, light blue to this, and then here's, like, a darker blue, darker blue, darker blue. So you know that basically this is all color-coded to this, and this is color-coded to that, so to speak. All right, we currently have 12 roads, so we're clicking along. All right, we now have 1 truck. We have 14 roads. All right, we're clicking. So the question you might have is, well, how many roads does it take to get across the entire place here? The answer is a lot. A lot of roads. That's as far as we can get with our 17 roads. It's nice you can zoom all the way out and be like, all right, I want to build a road like that. You can actually do that, so that's pretty nice. So we want to go from point A to point B. And then up to New Washington. So I might as well just, so hold on. So 21 roads will take me to there. So I probably need like 20, 40, like 80 some roads. We'll just let it do its thing. Now again, if I wanted to, I could just double up this setup down here and make roads even faster. It's not a terrible idea. So yeah, literally come in here, kind of figure out where my extractors are going to be. So place the pad, like, let's say right... Actually, it's better if I almost just place it right there. You're a sulfur pad. Do 1, 2, 3. I could actually do 4 there. And then again, we'll just copy that guy. Copy that guy. Copy that guy. And then boom, we got a second setup happening. Just like that. Yeah, we'll get to 80 some roads and then we'll, we got 5 trucks already. Over here, you guys got to work faster. So the, you know, in addition to the goal that I have up here, the other main goal is to get over to our little New Washington spaceship here. And I have to build a supply center next to New Washington. And then from there, this is where we'll actually build our first town. And as I mentioned, I'm not actually placing the buildings of the town, like where the people live. The town builds by itself once you meet its requirements. So it'll say, like, give me concrete. And then you start feeding it concrete, and then it starts to build. Or it'll say, all right, we need power now, or, you know, whatever. But yeah, that's just the one thing that's a little bit different about this. So, let's see. How many trucks we got? 8. And we're at 53 roads, so we're getting there. Oh, I need to have you building something else, not mechanical parts. Build me extractors. Because, yeah, this upper setup is only getting steel bars, and then this lower setup is doing the mechanical parts. So, yeah, assembly plant 1 is doing one thing, and then the other one's doing the other thing. Got a really nice stack of steel bars right here. So yeah, those are going into this place. So yeah, this area is actually being a little bit more efficient than the upper areas. All right, we're at 73 roads. Is 73 roads enough? Actually, I'll probably build a New Washington first. What did I need for this? Oh, I need concrete for that. Hey, can I have you stop for a second and build a supply center? I need 1. And while you're doing that, let's take a look at our road situation. Ooh, we're looking pretty good. I think we're looking very good. All right, build it. Done. All right, nice big long road. Then probably what I'll do is I'll feed it some concrete, and then we'll kind of see what it needs from there. Okay, it's still building. This thing wasn't moving, and so I was like, is something wrong here? It's like, no, we're good. It's just waiting for more concrete. Yeah, I will say the advanced pads make this so much faster once we get there. You actually, oh, there's our deal. All right, hold on. I need you to go back to roads. All right, so what we'll do then is we will take that place. And we're gonna put you right there. All right, now let's go back to roads here, and we're gonna go ahead and build this road all the way up to there. And then the question is what do I want to do? Oh, I'm out of pads and I'm out of assembly plants. Hey, yo, main base. I need things. Make me pads. How many trucks do we have? 17. I was trying to decide what kind of resources do I want to send up there. I might just send some concrete up there. So let's go ahead and take this road here and just build it to right there. All right, so now what we do is we take a truck, we put the truck on the road, and then it's asking me where do I want the route to stop for the trade. So we'll come all the way up here. We're gonna say right there. What are we transferring? We're transferring concrete. And so, is that truck going? Just to make sure it's working? It is. So it's now full of concrete and it's heading up. So we have like 18 trucks. So I'm gonna add some more trucks to the route. Let's add, let's say 5 in total. And the trucks are all loading up. And there they go. So that's how easy it is to create like a back and forth trade route. You're literally just like build the road and you say point A to point B and go. This is the resource I want you to haul. I will say that here in the early access, it's not perfect. Like I wish down here in the lower right, I wish there was like a queue system. Because there's a lot of other games that do similar things. So they'll say like, you know, I want these 5 trucks doing this and these 10 trucks doing that and that sort of thing. So right now you can't do that. You can only essentially have like one route going. So, I mean, you can change like the origin and destination, number of trucks. You can duplicate it and all that fun stuff. So that's all great. Oh, I need an offload up here. So I'm gonna take the pad here, we'll do concrete, there we go. So now the bot is loading it into the depot. Perfect. So pretty soon here, you'll start to see a city pop up here. Starts out pretty small and gets a lot bigger. All these trucks will head back. The trains are definitely faster than the trucks. And you can definitely have multiple trains per like train track or train route, which is cool. So here real quick, we'll put a pause on this game and I'll show you a game that I have like 7 or so hours in. Yeah, here we go. Just to show you something that's a little bit more like further along, more complex. So you can see kind of how crazy it gets. Okay. So here's my world. We've got New Hong Kong. And again, you can actually see all the roads and stuff once you get going. But yeah, we'll zoom in. I've got this area that's mining. We got a truck and a train route going here, so that's kind of what that looks like. So here's the big trains, and they can hold a lot of resources. So that train's going back and forth with that area. This area is doing nothing but pumping greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. So as I mentioned, one of the things you're trying to do is you're trying to bring life back to the planet. So in this playthrough, I'm in the process of doing that. So yeah, we're pumping gas back into the atmosphere. Up here, we're actually mining fluorite, which we're turning into some juice for these machines. Over here, we've got a big aluminum mining operation happening, turning this into aluminum bars. Right now it's stopped because we're maxed out. But I have like a primary production facility going on right here. We've also mining we got some high-tech parts that we're building. Here's some polymer bars, mechanical parts, steel bars. You can see I have a lot of like routes coming in and out of this area. A lot of the trucks are stopped because I'm just full of resources right now. But we'll zoom out. And so this is what the towns actually look like when they start building. So right now, this is my one town that's super efficient. And right now, yeah, we're trying to get to 1,000 people. But I just have a big trade area happening over here. And essentially, this entire area is just like feeding New Stewart right now. Yep, over here we're making concrete. We got steel bars coming in. We're making reinforced concrete actually over here. All these trucks are just waiting for stuff to get done. Over here we've got an area that's doing, I think that they're just doing steel bars over here. Then we got an area up over here that's been mining more aluminum. But even after 7 hours, you can see that I'm like nowhere close to being like done with this. So it's one of those like very long, very chill experiences if you're into this sort of thing. Here, they're gonna load this train here. I'll show you how that works. So the train's gonna come in real slow. The bot's gonna load it up. So you see it's actually stacking 2 per train car. Actually, it didn't even fully unload from the last time. So that right there is one problem that I have with the game. I wish the trains would fully stop and allow it to be fully loaded, but they don't. They just like keep moving. And it's like if the bots can't move fast enough, then they can't fully load the train. Same with like up here. So the train's gonna go and try and unload, and they're not able to fully unload it because the train's moving too fast. So hopefully that's something they fix and allow the train to actually stop, let it unload, and then it can go and, you know, reload and do all that fun stuff. So again, this train's coming back. The bots are gonna grab. This pile is basically full. That's why I can't fully unload. Because you can only stack so many per pile. So this area is basically being over efficient. But yeah, kind of wrapping up the video a little bit. As I mentioned at the start of the video, I play a lot of city builders, and so I'm always looking for one that's doing a little bit different. And yeah, this one is kind of a mix of something like Factorio and then a standard city builder management style game. And I really like what this game is doing. It's missing a few little things here and there. I haven't really noticed too many bugs, but it's more like I just want them to like fix things up a little bit, if you know what I'm saying. Make things a little bit more efficient. Add in like a queuing system, make the train stop. Just like little things here and there. And if they're able to do all that, I think this game could be something that's like very, 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 very cool and very, very special. But yeah, I've played it for like 8 or so hours and yeah, really enjoying it so far. So yeah, if this looks interesting to you at all, make sure you wishlist it on Steam, and we'll see when the full release actually happens. But with that, big thanks to everybody who checked out the video. Really do appreciate it. And everybody keep playing, have fun, and we'll see you in the next one.